Sagittarius, what is going on with you in 2022? I feel like in January, you're supposed to be communicating a bit more. So make sure whether this is seeking out therapy, this is talking to a boss about something that isn't working, this is talking to your love partner about some changes that need to be made, whatever the scenario is. It's important that you are speaking your truth and that you understand that you process things sometimes when you talk out loud. It's not just about the other person, it's also about you figuring out more of what the situation really means. I feel you sort of unburdening yourself a bit during that time. Then the fourth month of the year, April, we're talking about you looking at your money, you're trying to figure out if you have enough, you're getting ready to push yourself forward, possibly into a scenario that is uncharted territory, doing something new with career, work, money, investment, resources. You definitely want to have more or have different, but you're going to have to create it yourself. It isn't just going to fall into your lap. And so you're trying to figure out how exactly to do that. In the seventh month, so we're talking July, we're talking about some influence from outside sources. This could be authority, bosses, parents, programming, society, government. This could be banks and institutions. There seems to be some kind of pressure or information being put upon you that you want to reject. You want to say, no, I don't want to live that way, or this isn't what I wanted. And you may find yourself in a little bit of a battle there where you're having to set strict boundaries and you're having to figure out how to live independently and authentically. In the sixth month, which is June, again in the ninth, and then I'm feeling this more toward November, I see instances of love, romance, getting entangled with somebody else, and it feels to me like it's growing. So we could be looking at a love partnership this year that has, I call them pivotal points. They're opportunities for you two to either come closer together or to go your separate ways. And so many of you will be watching at that time this relationship actually grow, and you may be willing to invest even more in it. More toward the end of the year, I see you having more of that profit that you wanted if you do everything that you're supposed to be doing between November and December, and looking at that profit, looking at those resources, and being able to make some plans for the changes that you want to see in your life, whether this be like residency, this be growing and expanding. And it feels like an exciting time.
So we have the nodal shift happening for Sagittarius in the 12th and the 6th houses. It does feel like Sagittarius might start a new exercise routine, or they might start some new daily habits that are far different from what they had, but kind of valuing their health a little bit more and letting go of some perhaps poor mental thought processes, some subconscious things that were self-sabotaging perhaps. And it looks like there's some karmic endings there as well. And Venus retrograde in the 2nd house is going to speak to money. I think that in your value system, how are my values changing? Self-worth. Do I have power in this area? Am I deriving my self-worth from something authentic, or is it just money? And it does feel very relationshipy to me. This might be where you decide to make a relationship more permanent. And there is also Mars retrograde in your relationship area. So it's almost like you're deciding how to move forward with a relationship, your actions in a relationship. That begins on October 30th. Whatever action you take, it does feel like it's sort of a long-term situation. We also have Jupiter going into the 4th house, and that's going to expand the home area, could bring blessings to the home. Jupiter is going to take a dip into the 5th house as well. It is possible that you're down with baby making. This would be good for that. There are a couple signs that are favored for having babies, getting pregnant, and Sagittarius is one of them. I think that when it moves into the 5th house too, if you're looking for love, that is a great time. It will move into your 5th house May till October, and then it will be there again in 2023. So you'll kind of get a glimpse of what's to come. I think with Jupiter and Neptune in that 4th house, just beware of any kind of contracts that you're signing. Just make sure that you're checking the details on those. Like if you're selling a property or something, have somebody check it over, I think.
Sag, have a great year.